A brilliant game, an incredible comeback. Try and put it into words for us.
Crazy. It was hard to get going. But after the third break, after 2-all, I felt like I felt really, really comfortable, and I had my focus. And he made the 3-2 with the 170. But after that, I just felt like I couldn't miss anymore.
Into the last 16 yet again. What is it about the World Championship and this Alexandra Palace stage that seems to bring the best out of you?
I just feel like I can shut my mind off here. When you play on a tour, you play so many games. But this is the one that you look forward to the whole year, and I feel like I can shut my mind off. And when you're able to do that, you play your best darts.
And before today, you've beaten Nathan 5 times in a row. How much belief did that give you coming into the contest?
Not a lot. I beat Nathan 5 times in a best of 11. This was a best of 7 sets, best of 5 legs. It's a totally different game. So that I beat him 5 times before, it didn't matter to me. I was here to do a job, and I didn't really care who I played, and I think I did a great job.
Up next for you, Luke Humphries, a very tough challenge, but one I'm sure you're looking forward to now.
Of course, yeah. When you play these tournaments, you want to get to the rounds where you're gonna play the better players, like where you're gonna play the top players. All I can say is, like, if I play like my last 2 sets, he's gonna have a tough time.
Well played, Kevin. Well done.
Thank you.
Kevin, many congratulations. Those last 2 sets, is that the best darts that you've ever played on TV, do you feel?
Yeah, I don't know exactly what the averages were, but it felt like I couldn't miss. And yeah, I guess you're right. Those 2 sets, but that's what I want to play like. That's what I know I can play like when I have to. And yeah, I guess that those 2 were probably the best 2 I've ever played in my life. Maybe it's like on par with what I played against Michael Smith last year in the last set that we did. But yeah, that's what I know I can play like, and that's what I did today.
You've touched on the level that you can produce, and we've seen it. Is it frustrating that you can't replicate that anywhere else on the tour? It just seems to come out here. No,
not yet. I'm a pretty patient guy, and it's been tough. The tours, it's a tough lifestyle. It's really, really hard. But everything's gonna go better from this moment on for me, privately and dart-wise and whatever. And I know that last year was a bit of a disappointment, but also I reached like 7 or 8 quarterfinals on the tour. But I know I'm gonna do better than next year.
What did you learn from last year's last 16 game that you can take into this tie against Luke Humphries? And is this the time to finally get over that hurdle?
Yeah, what I can learn from that is just that that's hard, especially against a world number 2, who has been the world number 1 for 2 years in a row. It's different, I'm gonna go in there blind pretty much, because I've never played him on a big stage like this. I've played him at the World Series finals, but that's so different. I'm just gonna try to play my own game, and that's what I've been doing this whole tournament. I've always been just enough, and I'm gonna try to do the same tomorrow.
Well done, Kevin. It was 113 average for those last 2 sets. How are you able to replicate that over a longer format, keep that going for a bit longer?
The focus that I had these last 2 sets, that's something that I've been trying to work on, but it's really hard to work on that focus when you don't play actual games like this, and you don't have a lot of games like this the whole year. It's only on majors, and I haven't played a lot of majors this year, so it's hard to replicate it.
There was a big celebration from Nathan Aspinall when he hit that 170 checkout. Was that something that really fired you up, and maybe he celebrated a little bit too early?
No, I don't think it fired me up. He was right to celebrate. If I would have done what he did, I would have been on the other side of the stage. Like, I would have run like a round. But I just felt like this is something that I should have won, and I'm just gonna play better, and that's what I did.
You enjoyed the environment and everything that comes with playing these big players, being in these big occasions, because it's going to be another one against Luke Humphries next.
Yeah, of course. This is the stage where you want to perform at your best, and that's what I did. I don't want to say this was my best, but the last 2 sets were my best. But yeah, of course, all the people, all my family behind me, it's amazing to play on that stage, and it's even more amazing to play well. Thank you.
Look, Kevin, well done on that performance. You described the lifestyle on tour as a tough lifestyle, but what makes it so tough on tour?
The time away from home. And I've been a top 40 player now for around a year, or around 40. I've been like 41. And it's just the time away from home, away from your family, away from your kids, whatever you have. You know, it's just really, really tough. I haven't played everything because I haven't qualified for everything. But I can just imagine that when I do, it's going to be even worse because, you know, I think last year I've been home for maybe 60 to 65% of the whole year. And it's just it's tough, you know. Like I miss my son, I miss my kid, you know.
How do you try and manage that then of being a professional dart player, making the sacrifices that you need to, but also making sure that you do spend time with your family and that you've got that downtime?
You know, I'm here also. This is my job. I make money. This is my future. Like I want to have a good future for me and my son. And this helps, you know. The money is something that you bring home and you can like save up and like eventually buy a house or whatever you want. Like this is just like this is a good future for my son if I keep going like this, and that's what keeps me going.
Before your last game against David Munyar, you described him as your dream opponent. How would you describe Luke Humphries?
Oh, the worst. Him and Luke Littler are like the worst people you can meet. But on the other hand, you know, this is the last 16 of the World Championships. You're not gonna get any good opponents anymore. And the way that I played today, I feel like he is gonna be in trouble if I can keep this going.
Brilliant. Cheers, Kevin. Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Kevin. On stage, you come across as sort of a calm, unflappable character. How hard is it under pressure and under that much pressure in a game like that? Is it to remain so calm?
It depends. I think it's easier when you're down, because like today I was 3-2 down, and the pressure didn't really get to me, because from the get-go it was his to lose. You know, he was the top player, he was the top seed. I was like, he was the favorite, so like it was his to lose. And even when I was 3-2 down, I think I never actually felt a lot of pressure until the last 58 that I had for the match. That's when I felt like, whoa, I can actually win this right now. And even then I hit it. I think the pressure, I don't want to say it doesn't bother me, but I don't want to say it makes me a worse player either.
And the way that you finished there against Nathan, how important is it to start that way against Luke with him not necessarily?
Very important. Like the one of the most important things against Luke is that I don't let him run away, because we like yesterday against Clemens, you know, he was 3-0 up, and then Clemens started playing well, and then he had a chance, but because Luke was already 3-0 up, like his experience and his talent, like he was never gonna lose that game, and I just have to make sure that I don't let him go up 3-0 or 2-0 or whatever. I have to just. It's really important that I start like I did in the end of this game.
And you said that there's been a change in your personal life that has made things better for you. How much of a weight is that off, and how much is that firing you on to do well at this tournament? I
think it helps a lot. You know, I've been able to practice for 3-4 months straight now. You know, every single day I've been able to practice, and that's something that a lot of people don't understand. Practice helps a lot when you play darts. When you play any sport, to be fair, but you know, when you play darts, like I feel very confident because of the practice and because of the last 4 months that I've had, like having my own time.
Hi Kevin, well done today. Just after the match finished, you said on stage that you think that Luke Humphries is still the best darts player in the world. What does Luke Littler have to do in your opinion, for him to become the best player in the world? To be honest, I didn't really mean it like that. Like in my mind, Luke Littler, he is the best right now. It's just that when I started in the PDC, Luke Humphries was winning everything, and I was looking up to Luke Humphries when I started the PDC. And yeah, you can't really deny that Luke Littler right now is the best player in the world. You can't really deny that. But in my mind, Humphries is just someone that I look up to as the #1 in the world. And yeah, you know, like, but on stage it doesn't matter. On stage, I don't care who I'm playing. I'm gonna try to do my best. I'm gonna try to beat the guy. Mm-hmm. And yet, obviously, through to the 4th round, got £100,000 in the bank. Have you had an idea about what you're going to spend that money on, or are you not thinking about that at the moment?
Right now it's 60,000.
Oh, it's 60,000.
Yes.
Sorry, yeah, 60,000. I'm
No,
thinking ahead too much.
I don't really know. Like that's not something I'm gonna think about now. That's something I'm gonna think about when the tournament is over and when it's in my bank account. Right now, I'm just gonna think about the next game, and I'm gonna try to win that one as well.
All right, thank you.
Kevin, you said you practice a lot. There are other players who have problems with motivation there. How do you keep up this motivation around a year to go every day to the board?
Oh, the money, man. It's the money. Like you can build yourself a great future if you have the talent and if you have the time to practice. And like in my mind, it might sound a bit arrogant and cocky, but in my mind, I can be a top 10 player whenever, like when I take it serious and when I like really want to. It's just been hard the last years since I started, but it just feels like right now I have more time to put the practice in to become one of those players to secure my future with the prize money that the PDC gives us.
Thank you, Kevin.